Are we ready? We are doing our first ever readathon, a 24-hour readathon. I am so nervous about this. I have never done a readathon before. Also, hi, welcome back. But I am going to give myself grace with this readathon. I am going to allow myself to sleep. We're gonna go off a timer like everybody else does, but I'm going to try to stay awake as long as I can. But I am someone who gets very grumpy when they're tired, so I don't want my tiredness to then impact the books I'm reading and then just make me hate the books I'm reading. So we're still going to give like a little grace period of a few hours to sleep. So it'll be a little over 24 hours most likely, hopefully under 30. And we can still get this done within like a day and a half while still giving myself time to sleep. So without further ado, it is just after noon. So we're going to start our timer and then we will go until just after noon tomorrow if we can make it through the night. If not, we will just pause the timer before we go to bed and then replay it when we wake up. So let's set our timer here. Oh, I'm struggling. So let's set our timer. Oh, I'm so nervous. Okay, we gotta get reading. We are on the clock already. Let me pause it while I pick out a book. Hold on, we'll pause it quick and then come with me in our little corner while we pick out a book. It's a little dark over here, I apologize. But I'm planning to read most of my spring TBR or trying to stay within my spring TBR, but I'm also really in the mood for a romance. So we'll kind of see where we go, see how we're feeling. These are the books on my immediate radar because these are the books that I still have left on my spring TBR. We do have a romance. We do have Hooked, which is like a dark romance fairy tale retelling. I do have a lot of books on here that I am in the mood for. I feel like Little One could be good, The Game Changer could be good, Berry Pickers. I don't know if I want to read Beartown because I don't want to be emotionally devastated. I do need to read Legendborn because it is our book club book. So we have plenty of options, but I do think I'm going to start off with Hooked and kind of see where we go from there. I hope we have a good start to this 24-hour reading, and then maybe after that we'll go between Legendborn, The Game Changer, and Little One. But let's resume the timer and officially start this 24-hour readathon. Alright, we have our little setup. Hi goose. We have the book, I have my coffee, and then I'm also going to be playing some background noise in the background. So we're gonna start Hooked, and then I hope to update like every hour, hopefully. But this is your warning that I am a very slow reader, so hopefully we can get through this somewhat quickly, but I am a pretty slow reader, so it's not gonna be like an Emmy video where she reads 6 different books. We'll be lucky if we get to 3. And I also have an audiobook for when I have to do chores and stuff like that, so we'll talk about that later, but we're gonna get into this book first and see what we think about it. Okay, I have updates. It's been so long since I've read a dark romance, and this is just reminding me how much I do really enjoy dark romance, with like a few caveats because I haven't read that many dark romances. I've probably read like 5 maybe, so I'm not like the biggest dark romance person, but I am remembering that I do like it because this man is making me blush. We are only on chapter 6, page 36. I'm doing this review a little early. It's just before 1, but this is our 1 o'clock update. We are 36 pages in, chapter 6. We have met James and Wendy. James is this like big kind of like a gangster mafia dude. He's very wealthy. He runs substances is what he mainly does. Like that's just all that they've shared with us so far. I'm sure he does other illegal activities. Oh, I do remember that he is like basically a hitman because in the first chapter he was like eliminating some people. So I'm not sure exactly what his network is, but he is a villain. And in the very front of the book, Emily McIntyre wrote a note that said, "Hooked is a dark contemporary romance. It is an adult fractured fairy tale. It is not a fantasy or retelling. The main character is a villain. If you're looking for a safe read with redemption and a bad guy turned into a hero, you will not find it in these pages." So I was a little misled, I guess. This isn't a retelling, but the main characters are loosely based on Peter Pan because the main female character is Wendy. James is the male main character, but he also goes by Hook, and they've briefly mentioned that he has either like a knife or like something in the shape of a hook, and that's kind of how he has this name. I'm sure we'll get more into it, but it's basically Hook and Wendy, and then it also happens that Wendy's dad's name is Peter. I just think it's funny that the author, Emily McIntyre, includes like all this extra lore into the story even when the characters like aren't really involved, but she uses the same names, which kind of like, I don't know, I just really like it so far. It's really, really fun. And like I said, he is making me blush so hard because he literally just showed up to her work. She works at like a coffee shop and she's like, okay, what would you like? And he said, a date. And she said, what? And he said, I think you heard me. And she said, I did. He said, fantastic. When do you get off work? And then she said, like, I appreciate the gesture, but I have plans tonight. And he said, that's right, with me. And she's like, not with you. God, I have plans. Like, you're so cocky. And I just love a cocky, handsome man. He, I think, is going to be the death of me a little bit. I think I'm really going to enjoy this book. And this book isn't very long. It is 330 pages. So it's a pretty, like, good-sized book to kind of get through in one sitting. I feel like I potentially could finish this in one sitting. I might need to just get up and, like, do other things. But I'm honestly really excited for this. I feel like it's going to be so good. I can already feel the tension, but I hope it doesn't get creepy because a few times he said, like, what did he say at the end of a different chapter? He said, I have no interest in owning something damaged, even temporarily. And until I decide otherwise, Wendy Michaels is mine. So I hope he's territorial but not creepy, if that makes sense, because dark romances, you never really know what's gonna happen. I hope he doesn't like do anything really weird. I hope it's more like flirty and possessive in a good way than in a bad way. I feel like dark romances are the epitome of the thing from not Harry Potter, the thing from How I Met Your Mother, like the Doppler Dahmer. I have so many quotes from How I Met Your Mother that are like really relevant to this day. Like, if you find them attractive, then them pursuing you is attractive, but if you don't find them attractive, then them pursuing you is creepy. So that's that similar vibe of like, if she thinks he's attractive, then all of this is attractive, but if he's creepy, then all of this is just her nightmare. So anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling because we're gonna be doing these check-ins like every hour, so I don't want to make this video hours and hours long, but I'm really enjoying it and we're gonna get back into reading. It's so good. Like I said earlier, I love all the little nods to Peter Pan, and they go by the Lost Boys is what their like crew is called. And then I just got to a part where he owns a boat, and then his first mate, his name is Smee, and he said, that's Smee, my first mate, if you will. He smiles, his brown hair bouncing under his ridiculously red beanie as he inclines his head and says, pleasure, miss. It's just so funny how many mentions there are, and it just blends seamlessly into the story, where at first I didn't even pick up on the name, and then once it said bright red beanie, I was like, oh my god, that's what they mean. It is so fun. I am having such a good time. I'm giggling, I'm blushing. I love this story so much. They're currently on a date, and I just have no idea what's about to happen. We're on page 83. We're at our 2 o'clock marker. Can you see? We're at our 2 o'clock. I was a little late, so we're 2 hours in. I'm having a great time. I think, I don't want to jinx it because I've jinxed myself so many times this year so far, but if you haven't seen my other videos, I have yet to get a 5-star read in 2026. It is April 3rd, and I still have yet to have a 5-star, and I don't want to jinx it, but I'm really, really liking the story, so hopefully it like continues to be good, and there's not anything that gives me the ick or anything that I think is poor writing or anything, but it's so good. I really think I might just binge all this in one sitting because I can't put it down. He is making me giggly and it's so embarrassing. Like, he's literally words on paper, but I love him so much and I don't know how to explain that to anybody else. So I'm going to continue with their little date and see where this goes. I'm having such a good time. Such a good time. This man is something else. We're on chapter 20, page 125. It is our 3 o'clock update. It's a little blurry, but it's our 3 o'clock update. I am having a hell of a time. We have still 21 hours left in this challenge, but I am having a hell of a time. I'm having such a good time with this book. I promise I will move eventually because I can't imagine how boring it is to just watch me in the same spot. I also have to charge my camera. This is gonna be a struggle. We're only in hour 3 and I have to charge my camera. But this is so good. I am eating it up so badly. I'm having such a good time. I'm having such a good time. And we just got introduced to someone called Tina Bell, who is the right hand to Peter. But I'm so excited. So I'm gonna continue. This is so good. Something really sad happened. Something really sad happened and he's got the wrong guy. He's got the wrong guy. Ugh. We're halfway through the book. We're on chapter 25. It's 3:54, so we're doing our 4 o'clock check-in a little early because something really sad happened. And if you know, you know. It involved Rue, and I don't remember if Rue is someone from Peter Pan or not. I'm assuming it is. I just don't remember who Rue is, but I'm really sad about what just happened. And I'm really nervous because we're officially halfway, maybe like just before halfway. Because there's about 330 pages. We're on page 160, so like about halfway through. And I don't know where we're gonna go from this. I'm really nervous. Ugh. But I feel like this is also a good time to really tell you what this book is about. Let me just glance at the back quick to make sure I don't say anything that's not already on the back of the book. Okay, so we have James/Hook. He goes by Hook and James. James is his name, Hook is his nickname that everyone in the streets knows him by. Like, that's his like scary name. And then we have Wendy. And Wendy is from a very wealthy family. Wendy's dad is actually this really big millionaire, billionaire who also does shady stuff on the side. So she's from a very rich family. And one night she goes out with friends to this bar that they've been talking about. And she's trying to be like a little more rebellious, kind of get out of her box a little bit. And she runs into James, or Hook, and he actually owns the bar. And he is just infatuated with her from the beginning, and he knows who her father is, and he's trying to basically get to know her and try to use her as a way to get back at her dad. And she starts to kind of be infatuated with him, and he starts to realize that someone in his company is a traitor, and his plan for revenge gets murkier as James starts to see Wendy as more than just a pawn in his game. On the top it says he wants revenge, but he wants her more, and that's on like the very top of the book. That's like a little blurb at the very top. So I think that's all I'm gonna say. It basically starts with them meeting in this bar that he owns, and then he just becomes infatuated with her, and they start like seeing each other, and right now they are starting to become closer, and now there's like some new tension developing in a negative way, and I just don't know what that means for them. So we're about to enter Wendy's point of view. It's also dual point of view, so we go back and forth from Hook's point of view or James's point of view to Wendy's point of view. I appreciate in this book that it is dual point of view because there's something that they assume about each other, but I like knowing the truth. I like being in on the truth. But then as I'm reading it, I'm also like, no, you're wrong. Like, they have nothing to do with that. It's a double-edged sword because then I want to scream at them to be like, no, you're wrong. But I also like knowing because I don't want to doubt the main character. I want to know what's going on. So this time I appreciate a dual point of view because his point of view is actually really good. Sometimes I've read dual point of view books where I just don't care about his point of view at all. Like, being in a man's head can be scary sometimes, but his is actually really spicy and funny. Not necessarily funny, but like he has all of the gall. He has all of the audacity. He has all the confidence in the world, and it's fun being in his head because he just does not care at all, and it's really fun to witness. So I'm going to take a quick bathroom break and then we're going to go into chapter 25. I still can't believe how good this book is, and I'm really hopeful for how this turns out. But I will mention there are a few phrases that gave me the ick. Specifically, the term milk or milking, if you know you know, in a more rated R way. That I don't love, but it's not enough to push me off of the book entirely. I know sometimes wording with spicy books can be very cringy, but it's only happened twice and it's been very short. It's not been something that's said over and over again. So I'm hoping that that stops because cringy wording can make me fall out of love with a book very easily. So hopefully it stays very casual and doesn't keep happening, but we'll see. So I'm gonna use the restroom and then we're gonna get back to reading. Oh my god, I am so stressed. I don't even want to look at my stress right now. Okay, it's not bad. My stress level is low, but like I can feel my heart racing. Oh my god. I don't like what's about to happen. I just don't. I'm so scared. I'm so scared for what's about to happen. I have so much energy flowing through me right now. We are on chapter 32, page 205. Hook. I need Hook to get his shit together because I need him to get his shit together. Oh my god. I'm so excited but so nervous for what's about to happen. We are on hour 5. It is 5:05. I am so nervous. We have about 130 pages left. I don't know what to do with myself. My mouth is dry, my heart is racing. I don't know what's about to happen and I'm really nervous. I'm out of water. I might need to go downstairs for some water before I finish this book because holy crap, it's making me feel every emotion I've ever felt. Like I am so stressed out. It's literally words on paper and I am so stressed out right now. So let's go back in. Oh my god, I'm so nervous. Our 6 o'clock check-in. I am so confused. I have no idea what's going on or what's about to happen. We are on page 248. We have less than 100 pages left and I truly have no idea what's about to happen. Like I have no clue. These last like 50 pages, I've been wondering what he's gonna do and what like his next steps are gonna be. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm so nervous. Okay, let's get back into it because I just need to know. Okay, I had to take a quick break. It's 7-Eleven. I had to take a quick break to feed the dogs, let the dogs out, and then eat something for myself. But we are back to reading and shit is hitting the fan. We are on page 288 and I also wanted to share something with you. This book made me dog-ear my page, which I refuse to do. I never dog-ear my pages, but this quote was just so beautiful. He was basically just telling her she could have anything she wanted. He was like, you want kids? Done. You want to never work again and just stay at home? Done. And then he said, you want to watch the world burn? And she said, let me guess, you'll set it on fire? And he says, no darling, I'll hand you the match and stand at your back watching you become queen of the ashes. And then she says, because James sees me as his equal, as someone worthy to stand at his side. It's really not that serious, but he's making me blush again. He was making me angry for a long time, but now he's making me blush again. And now I feel like he is about to burn the world down because something's happening and we only have like 40 pages to go. I honestly wish this book was longer because I am eating this up. I am eating it up so bad. I was initially drawn to this book because it is short and quick, but now I just want like an entire universe of these two. I'm not ready to say goodbye. Like, I'm really not ready to say goodbye to them. I'm loving this. I have no idea what's about to happen. I'm really nervous, but I just have to get back into this because I don't know what's about to happen. Like, shit is gonna go down and people are gonna die and it's gonna be crazy. Holy crap. This is insanity. This is truly insane. Holy crap. This book is wild. It is so wild and toxic, but in like the best way ever. For real, in the best way. I love this book so much. I'm on the first epilogue. There's 2 of them. And the first one ends with, and to think it all started with a little bit of faith, misplaced trust, missing pixie dust, and the villain who just needed to steal a little love. I love how the author intertwined all these little hints from Peter Pan, like pixie dust, and she did that halfway through the book as well, where she had said something about like misplaced trust and pixie dust, and all of these like little nods to the original fairy tale, and it's just the coolest thing ever. Like, I am honestly obsessed, and I will be reading all of the Never After series. She has the Never After series, and each book is about a different villain, and I think she has 5 or 6 books, and I don't know if she's coming out with any more, but I'm going to read this entire series because oh my god, this is 5 stars. I still have the extended epilogue to go, but it has to be 5 stars. Like, it has to be, because it's so good. I want to scream. I want to scream. Okay, I'm gonna read the next epilogue and then I'll come back. You guys, it's over. It's over. So this book is actually only 319 pages, but in the back she has character profiles, which are really fun. So it'll say like name, age, place of birth, current location, nationality, occupation, income, eye color, hairstyle, body build, preferred style of outfit, glasses, any accessories they always have, level of grooming, health, handwriting style, how they walk, how they speak, style of speech, accent, posture, do they gesture, eye contact, preferred curse word, catchphrase, speech impediments, laugh, what they find funny, smile, emotions, childhood, schooling, jobs, dream job as a child, role models growing up, greatest regret, hobbies growing up. Oh my god, it doesn't even stop. There's literally pages and pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 pages of just characteristics, and then they have one for Wendy too. That's amazing. Oh, that's just awesome. Let me show you quick. Okay, so this is James. Oh, will it focus? So this is James. So it says his nationality, occupation, income, and then what I thought was hilarious was dream job as a kid. Didn't have a dream job, just wanted to kill Peter. They have another page, and this one is like even who they depend on, who their wingman is, who their father and mother are. Don't look at my toes. And then there's a whole nother page, their story goal, pet peeves, how they approach power, ambition, love, and change, and then it goes into Wendy's, and it's just so much. But that's awesome. I've never seen that before. That's awesome. And then acknowledgements. Oh, she's friends with Sav R. Miller, and I've read her Promises and Pomegranates book, and that's another series that I want to read. Wow. Just wow. I just have to say wow. Also, it is exactly 8 o'clock. It took us 8 hours to read that book. So this is our 8 o'clock little wrap up. Sorry, my foot's cramping. This is a 5-star read. This is my first 5-star of 2026. I'm so excited, and I'm so excited that you were there with me. I'm so excited that we read this together. Such a good book. Oh my god, I love it so much. Like, I am just so overwhelmed with how much I love this book. It is so messed up. It's so toxic and messed up and twisted and spicy, but it all just works. Like, it just makes sense. There were a few things that were kind of cringy, like I said earlier with like the milking, and then there was also like a seed comment that was just gross. If you know, you know, planting their seed and whatnot. So like those things were just like ew, but I was able to look past them because I already liked the book so much. If you don't read dark romance, I do not recommend it whatsoever, but if you like dark romance, this is just a very fun take on a dark romance, because like I said earlier, you have all of these little mentions from these fairy tales that you read as a kid or that you watched the Disney movies as a kid, and you get to see them brought up in a very, very different way. Like, don't get me wrong, a very opposite way. This is not a Disney story. This is a very dark villain story, very spicy. If you don't like spice, this is not for you. Like, I just ate this up, and it's making me remember how much I do enjoy dark romance, because while it is twisted and messed up and all the things, it does touch on different parts of things that I enjoy. But I'm remembering that I need to get into dark romance again, because I don't think I've read a dark romance in a long time, like at least a year, and I have a few of them on my TBR, so I'm so excited. I honestly have to like tell myself I can't read another dark romance, because this is the only dark romance on my like spring TBR TBR, which is my goal to work on today, but I do have a few on my physical TBR as a whole, so I'm trying to tell myself not to just go for those right away, and I'm gonna go for just a regular romance next, the one that we talked about earlier. But first, I do need to take my dogs for a walk, so we are going to read that audiobook I told you guys about. Let me pull up my Libby. I am 28% into this audiobook. I'll just put it up on the screen. It's called One and Only, and it's actually really fun because it's actually about this woman whose entire family has a matchmaking service called One and Only, where they use some type of magic that is in the family, and they can actually see your basically like invisible string to your soulmate. So they believe that you have a one and only soulmate, and they are out there, and then they work on trying to find your soulmate. So she knows who her soulmate is, but she hasn't been able to find him. She's been trying to find him for like 10 years, and she runs into this other guy named Ellis, and they're kind of like flirting and having fun, and then Ellis ends up introducing her to her soulmate, whose name is Daniel. And I believe all of that is in the description of the book, and I've heard another book talker explain it that way, and that's what got me hooked into it. So I don't think that's a spoiler, I think that's on the book, but I will double check. If this is in the video, I have double checked, and it is fine. It is on the back of the book. But I am excited because last time I listened to it, I remember it was getting very interesting, so I'm excited to pick back up where it started, and I think we just need to get out of our room for a little bit, go on a little walk, even though it might be a little chilly and a little dark out, but we're in a safe neighborhood. I have two really big dogs, and I will bring pepper spray. We're gonna get out of the house for a little bit, go for a little walk, and then we'll come back. And I don't know if we're gonna keep listening to the audiobook or if we're gonna start a new physical book. I'm just gonna see where I'm at, because sometimes I just like to listen to audiobooks and play games on my phone. So we'll see if we wanna read a book or listen to a book. And we'll be back from our walk. It is 9 o'clock and we have our timer going. I think it's about to rain, so that will be interesting. I'm still listening to One and Only. I kind of want to play my games for a little bit, and the book is getting very interesting, so I think I'm gonna listen for maybe another hour, and then I might start the game changer, but we'll see, because I'm actually kind of enjoying this book, so I wouldn't be mad if I just listened to this until I fell asleep and then we started a physical book tomorrow. But I have one of my favorite games up, if it'll focus. This is one of my favorite games ever, and I'm on level 885. So we're gonna play my game, and I'll kind of update if I keep reading it. I'll kind of tell you more about the book, and then we'll see. But 9 o'clock check-in. This is gonna be long. We're only on hour 9 of 24. This is gonna be a very long process. It's the 10 o'clock update. I'm really liking this book, but I'm really nervous for what's going to happen because it seems like she's in a bit of a love triangle, and I don't know which one she's gonna end up with, and I don't even know who I want her to end up with. And we're halfway through. We are 51% probably, if I had to guess. Oh my god, I killed that. I killed that. That's hilarious. I could finish it tonight. If I stayed up till 3 a.m., I could finish it. I'm gonna need something to do because there's no way. I want to try to stay up, but I also don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But not much of an update for 10 o'clock. Still liking this book. I'm enjoying it. I don't have a physical copy of this book, but I'm definitely going to get a physical copy because I love this story and I really want it on my shelf as a trophy. But I also need to find something else to do because I'm getting tired of my game, and I might go on Pinterest because I need to do like a collage for my reading journal. So I need to grab a bunch of photos and make a collage, so I could probably do that while listening to this. So that's what I'm gonna do. Did I do an 11 o'clock update? I don't think I did. 11 o'clock update. We're a little late, 11:15. This book is making me sick. It's making me so sick because I still don't know who she ends up with and we only have 3 hours left. It is making me ill. My chest hurts so bad and I don't, but I'm so invested because both of them are so good. Either of them would be perfect, but I just feel so bad for the other one and I don't know who to feel bad for yet. But as for energy levels, we're doing okay. I do feel like I'm gonna crash once it hits midnight. If I can last 3 more hours, I would love to finish this book. So that's the 11 o'clock update. Mwah. We have a midnight update. I'm not cut out for love triangles. This is ruining my life. I'm so stressed. I think I know who she's gonna end up with and it makes me feel bad for the other person. Ugh. I feel like I'm not gonna be happy no matter what happens, and now I'm just realizing I'm not cut out for love triangles. Oh no. But here's the question. Do I allow myself to fall asleep or do I drink like an energy drink and try to stay up as late as possible? Or do we just let me sleep and then continue in the morning? That's what I don't know. But this book is ruining my life. We have 2.5 hours left. I don't think I'll be able to finish it because it's also ruining my life. So I'm not sure. But we have 12 hours and 11 minutes left on the timer. Hopefully that's focusing. Not at all. We have about 12 hours left, so we're about halfway through. And I don't know what to say. I really don't. Part of me just wants to turn it off. Do I turn it off, start reading a different book, and then we go on a tomorrow and read it then? I genuinely don't know what I'm gonna do because this book is making me sick. Like, it's making me sick to my stomach. Oh my god. Do I start a different book or do I just power through? Because I'm also a little bored. I don't have any activities to do during the audiobook. So I could start my physical book and then tomorrow we would have more activities to do while reading the audiobook and then we can finish it tomorrow. Maybe I'll start a different book. Maybe I'll start The Game Changer. Maybe that's what we'll do. And then we can maybe stay up a little later. Do I have like a little bevy? Do I have a snack and a bevy? I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Give me a moment and you'll see what I'm doing later. This is Goose. Hi Goose. I think he wants to go to bed. Oh my god, I need to take off my makeup, but I think he wants to go to bed.
But I know the kind thing to do is stay where I am and let my heart break right along with his.
Oh my god, 1 o'clock check-in and I want to die. I took like 30 minutes off, so I haven't really done much since our last update because I needed to pause. I needed to take a break and touch some grass because I was way too emotionally invested. And good thing I did because once I resumed it, shit hit the fan and I don't feel well. I'm unwell. Oh, this book is tearing me apart. If you want to go on the worst emotional ride of your life, read One and Only because it's tearing my heart in two and I'm just hoping and praying that there's an ending that makes sense and that everyone doesn't hate each other and that everyone gets along and that no one's hurt, even though right now everyone's hurt. What if she just became a throuple? I feel like that's the only answer because I don't want either of them to be hurt. I can't do this love triangle. I just can't. It's not my thing. I'm not doing well. I'm going to try to keep going. I feel a little tired, but not too tired. So we're just gonna try to power through. You guys, look how cute he is. Look at this guy. Look how freaking cute he is. He's so freaking cute. Look at that guy. He's so cute. I love him so much. Okay, hour 2. Nope, 2 o'clock. Check in. We haven't really moved. We're chillin'. I'm getting tired, but I'm also kind of hungry. Do I have a midnight snack? I'm feeling delusional, but we're gonna finish this damn book because we have an hour left. Ooh, actually, I don't know. I'm kind of tired, but I don't know how to feel about this book. I'm kind of obsessed with it, but also way too invested for my own good. I've been thinking about what I want to rate it, and I'm between like a 4.5 to a 5 because the one thing that's bothering me is that the main character's mom died when she was 8 years old, I believe, and now she's 40, and she is still still going through very, very strong waves of grief, which I just think the way she's acting is a little unrealistic. I don't know why. I think it's just a very specific connection that I have because I lost my mom when I was 18. That was like 6 coming up on 7 years ago, and I feel like I cope with it much better than this character is, and her mom has been gone for the past 32 years, and I feel like the way that I cope is much better than her. I don't know why, I just feel like the way she acts is very unrealistic for someone who passed away 32 years ago, which granted, you never get over not having a mom around, but it was 32 years ago, and she's acting like she passed away like 6 months ago. I don't know, that's the only thing that's bothering me, but that's maybe because I'm very closely related to that theme. I've been through that and I understand the dynamics of it, and maybe that's just why I'm like hyper specific and hypercritical about it. So I don't know, but other than that, I feel like this book deserves a 5-star purely because of how invested I am in it and how much my heart cannot take the tension and the like love triangle of this book. I'm so invested in this love story, and it has honestly aged me 30 years. If you're gonna read this book, it will age you 30 years. And I feel like that's just a very unique thing that words on paper can do. So I feel like just for that pure fact, it deserves a 5-star. But I also don't want to just be handing out 5 stars. Now that I got my first 5-star of the year, I don't know if I should just be handing them out for anything. But last month I had like 5 4.5 stars, and I'm kind of over 4.5 stars. And I'm also just tired. So maybe this is just a reading vlog of 5-star reads, who knows. But me and Goose are gonna hang out. He's gonna go to bed, and I'm going to try to stay up for the next hour because we have 1 hour left, and I feel like that would be a great time to stop because we have a little less than 11 hours, so we have like 10 hours and 58 minutes left. We have 1 hour left of this book, so then I can go to bed with just under 10 hours left, and I feel like that's a good place to stop. We're gonna hopefully finish this book. I'm gonna go to bed, and then we'll recap in the morning. Anyway, toodaloo. I'll see you at 3 hopefully. It's 3 a.m. and I finished the book. I want to die. I need someone to read this book right now and comment what you thought. I have no idea what I want to rate it. It's between a 4.5 and a 5. I just don't know if it's a 5 or not. I feel like it has to be just because of how invested I was and how much my heart physically hurt and was torn into based on this book. But like, what are the odds we have back-to-back 5 stars? This is crazy. I'm honestly really nervous that when I wake up tomorrow, I'm not gonna want to read at all. That's part of the reason why I haven't done one of these videos before, is because usually when I finish books, I don't touch another book for at least a few hours, and I really let that sit in. Sorry if you can hear the train, but I really let my ratings like sit, and I let my feelings sit so that I can like really remember the book and like, I don't know, whatever. But I'm really nervous that I'm gonna be like reading booked out, just over reading in books. Back-to-back 5 stars is crazy. It is insane. I am like giddy. That book destroyed every part of me, and I feel like that means it has to be a 5-star, because what the heck? Please read it right now and tell me what you think, because holy crap. Like, I think it all worked out in the end. I still feel bad for the person that didn't end up with her, but I do kind of like how it ended. Even though it's one of those couples where it's like, I wonder what their life is gonna look like in 10 years. Like, are they gonna make it past the epilogue? You know? Do you ever think about that when you finish a book and you're like, I wonder if this couple actually makes it past the epilogue? Anyway, my heart needs a break because I feel like this isn't good for my health. To be this stressed out over words on paper. Not even words on paper, just someone talking to me through my phone because I read the audiobook. Devastating. This book, devastating. It's 3:02. We have 10 hours left, so we're in a pretty good spot for tomorrow. Hoping that I can get up around like 10 and start reading, but I also want to get enough sleep. Like, I'm someone who needs 8 hours. If we can start at least noon again, then we'll be done by 10 p.m. and I'm fine with that. I'm just tired, and I feel like there's no way I could read right now and go through the night. I think if I tried to push through the night, I would have to read an audiobook because I just cannot even think about trying to read read lines on paper. That's just too much work right now. I just want to turn my brain off and go to bed, to be honest. So I don't blame people who do this throughout multiple days. I genuinely don't know how people do this in 1 actual hour. I think I could maybe try it in the future, but I would have such a hard time. Plus, to anyone who can do that, I'm gonna go to bed. Goose obviously wants to go to bed. He's telling me to go to bed, so we have to listen to Goose, obviously. What do you think, Bubby? Is it time for bed? I know you've been sleeping. You want all the lights off now. He looks so tired. It's so cute. I love you so much. Good night. Good morning. We were able to get up at 10 today, but then I had to let the dogs out and I had to make my coffee and just eat something quick. So success. And we're gonna start in a few minutes. I think officially, sorry, I'm gonna do some eye patches, but I think officially I'm gonna try to read The Game Changer. I just need something that is very easy and will not do anything to my heart or my brain, because I considered reading one of my literary fiction books, but I just can't do it, to be honest. I can't use my brain or feel bad for people. I just want to have a silly fun time, and I'm hoping that this romance will do that. I hope it's not like a heartbreaking romance. I don't think that's really the vibe for Lana Ferguson. I truly don't know which way these go. Like that? Who knows? It feels good though. I gotta go fix these in the mirror. Hold please. Can my skincare girls tell me if the skinny end goes in the corners or if the big end goes in the corners? Because I really don't know what the proper way for this is. We're going to dive into The Game Changer. We're gonna start our timer. We have about 10 hours and 3 minutes left. So hopefully we can be done by like 8 o'clock today, and then I can just relax and do whatever. But we'll see. This is about a baker and a hockey player, and I don't know how this is gonna work. I believe I chose this for my fake dating prompt for my spring TBR. If you didn't watch that video, I used my TBR jar to pick books, and I think this was my fake dating prompt. So I love a fake date, and it's a PR stunt, I believe. We'll kind of read about it and get into it, and then I can explain further, right? I have my own audience here too. You handsome boy, you want to say hello? Handsome boy says hello. You're a silly boy. Ranger loves days like these because he will just sleep in bed with me. He'll just sleep all day long. All day. But I feel like this would also be a good contender if we wanted to read an audiobook. I could use that new Spotify feature where you can just scan the page and it'll bring up the audiobook. This is our 10 o'clock check-in. I have a hair. I can see it. This is our 10 o'clock check-in. We are doing The Game Changer, and I will update in like 45 minutes at 11, and we will see. I'm a little intrigued by this, to be honest. Although I hate the size of the font. I'm just warning you now. I hate the size of the font. Let's get into it. Our 11 o'clock check-in. We are 26 pages in, and we got introduced to both of the main characters. It is a dual point of view. So we have Delilah and Ian. Yes, Ian. His name is Ian Chase, so I couldn't remember if it was Chase or Ian, but his first name is Ian, last name Chase. Delilah is a baker. She bakes on one of those like TV shows. Like she does like a network baking show, like a Rachel Ray kind of thing. And then Ian is a hockey player. And what I didn't realize about this book is that it's also brother's best friend. Delilah's brother Jack plays with Ian on the same team, and Delilah's ratings for her show are going down. Like they just haven't been doing like that well. I think they said that they're down like 20% in the last 4 months. So she needs something to kind of grab people's attention, and she was talking to her brother Jack, and he had mentioned like, you should bring a hockey player, you should bring me on the show and I can just stand there and like bake stuff, because they live in Boston, he said like, this is Boston, people love hockey, so just bring a hockey player on the show and you can boost your ratings. And then she kind of like brought that up to their execs and they kind of liked it. And then we jumped to Ian's point of view, and Ian is just coming back from Calgary. He was in Calgary for 6 years because he had a messy divorce and he kind of just moved. But also what I think adds to the situation is that his parents actually own his home team. So he played for this home team in Boston and then he moved to Calgary to escape all the drama, and now he's moving back because he wants to retire soon, and he wants to retire in his hometown with his home team. And there's a lot of drama that we don't really know what happened. Some stranger he met on the plane had mentioned like, I think you're a good guy, I didn't think you're a cheater. So I'm assuming a lot of the media was calling him a cheater and that's why his divorce happened. And there's a bunch of drama with his divorce and what kind of happened, and they kind of alluded to the fact that they were like the perfect kind of couple. So I think that's gonna play into this a lot, and I'm assuming that Ian ends up going on the show instead of Jack, is my like assumption. It's gonna be interesting. I hope this kind of goes in the direction I'm thinking, because I do love a brother's best friend trope and I do love fake dating, so this is like right up my alley. But I'm just hoping that it's done well. But I trust Lana Ferguson. I loved her book Fake Mates. No, is it? What was it? Fake Mate? What was that book called? The one with the werewolves. I'll put it up on the screen. I forgot what it's called. The Fake Mate, I think. I think it was called The Fake Mate. That one was so good, so I'm hoping that this is like similar. I don't know which one she wrote first, but we're gonna get back into it. This was our 11 o'clock check-in. We have 9 hours and 30 minutes left. I also forgot to start the timer, so it's a little off from last time. I forgot to start the timer for like 15 minutes. We will just go with it. This book is also pretty short-ish. It's 368 pages, so it's like a pretty good size for a romance book. I feel like romance books are perfect around the 350 mark, so we'll see. I'm gonna get back into it, and I love that my cat is on my lap right now because I hardly saw him at all yesterday, and we're just cuddling while we read, so it's gonna be a good day. Does anyone else love when their cat sits on them? It's like my favorite thing. He's a little weighted blanket. We're at our 12 o'clock check-in. I am on chapter 6, page 68. Oh no, my heated blanket. Hi. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I have a strap on my camera that he's absolutely obsessed with. Okay. Anyway, I'm really loving their dynamic. They have this very interesting dynamic where he always knew her as like his best friend's little sister. Very awkward, scrawny, like knew her when she was 12, 13, 14. The last time he saw her was when she was 17 and he was getting drafted and she was going to college. So him seeing her as like a full grown woman, she's like 28, I think. He's going through all these feelings of like, wow, she's stunning and gorgeous and she's like a full adult now. She's not this like awkward kid, and that is one of my favorite things. I don't know why, because they realize like, wow, she's stunning and gorgeous and I am attracted to her, and he's not supposed to be because he's also very close friends with her brother, and him and her brother Jack had even talked about stay away from my sister basically. And I just know that when they end up getting together, he's gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, why are you with my sister? It's gonna be so good. So we're going to continue reading this book. It's so good so far. I do think this is gonna be cute. This is exactly what I needed, by the way. Just no stress, silly, giggly, fun time about a baker and a hockey player. Like, this is exactly what I needed. I didn't need anything that was gonna stress me out. This is just fun, and they obviously are attracted to each other, and I'm just excited to see how it progresses. Goose is here! Hi, Goose! Let's get back into this book. I'm so excited about it. 1 o'clock check-in. I'm 2 minutes late. We have 7 hours and 30 minutes left on our timer. It says we should finish at around 8:30 if we keep reading for the rest of the time. I'm loving this book. It's so good. So we're on page 110 and they've started like their little fake dating thing, and it's so cute. I love fake dating because it always ends up in them actually catching feelings, and that's like my favorite thing ever. So I don't know, like I don't want to give too much away, but but it's a silly, goofy, fun time, and I think they're gonna make a really good couple, and I just hope that the brother doesn't freak out too much. But he's also a vibe too. All of the guys so far on the hockey team are actually really funny, and I actually love having Ian's point of view just so that we can see the dynamics of the hockey team, because it's actually really funny, and they all give him a hard time, and it's really fun to like read. So I'm having a good time. I'll update you guys later. I'll update you guys in an hour at 2 o'clock when we have our 2 o'clock check-in, but so far I'm having a silly, goofy, fun time. Two o'clock check-in. I'm sitting with the kitty and my phone's over there, so I can't really grab it. But I can tell you that it is 2 o'clock. Don't look at my messy nightstand. But this is our 2 o'clock check-in. We are on chapter 12, page 149. They're making me nervous, but I think they're really cute still, and I'm still really enjoying the book. But there's definitely gonna be some type of miscommunication. I can already feel it coming. I just hope that it doesn't take over and ruin the vibe that they've been building, but I'm enjoying it. We are just under 50% through. We're cuddling with the kitty. We've just moved locations. We just keep moving from laying down to sitting up because he needs some cuddle time. But other than that, doing well so far. I will check in at 3 o'clock. He's coming blushed. We are at our 3 o'clock check-in. We have Goose here. He's been hanging out. Then we have Ranger over there. Then we have Kitty right here. All the friends. I feel like a 2016 vlogger holding it out like this. We are on page 186 and we're having a good time still. I don't know what else to say. Like updating every hour, I don't really know what to say. I'm just gonna show you Goose instead. He's so handsome. I need to wash my hair after this challenge is done. Oh, Itayo. He's just been laying with me for a little bit. Oh, my camera is about to die. I'm still having a good time with this story. I feel like we're about to read about like a very intimate scene. Not only just like romance-wise, but also emotionally. They're obviously very close. They've known each other since they were kids. And I feel like this moment is going to be really impactful for where they continue to go after this happens. Now that he moved, I think I'm going to lay down and read this. And we'll see you at 4 o'clock. What a distinguished gentleman. Very distinguished. Okay, let's get serious. He's about to tell her like this big secret that he's been alluding to the entire book, and I'm very curious because I genuinely have no idea what it could be. Because he's being very cagey about it. I don't think it's anything like super obvious. I genuinely have no idea what happened. So, I'm very intrigued. We're on page 214. I'm very nervous but excited to kind of figure out what this secret has been. I also need to find a good place to stop and eat something because I want dinner. Even though this is our 4 o'clock update, I forgot to show you guys. 4 o'clock update. We have about 4.5 hours left in our little timer and I'm hungry. I need to find like a good place to stop, but I'm just so invested in this book that I don't want to stop at all. But I don't know if anyone else is like this, but I don't like to eat while I read. I don't know what it is, but I know other people can. So maybe that's just a me problem. This is exactly what I needed. Like I needed a silly, goofy hockey romance. I feel like that just cures everything in my soul and I'm excited to get back to it. So we'll see you guys at 5. No way. I never would have guessed that that was the twist. Hold on. I'm trying to set up my little thing. I never would have guessed that ever. I never would have guessed that was the twist. Ooh, this is getting juicy. God damn it. I love when characters actually talk to each other and don't keep secrets from each other that lead to miscommunication. I mean, we're still 140 pages away from the ending, so there's bound to be a miscommunication, but I thought that that whole situation would be the third act breakup, but they just talked it out and he was honest about what was going on, and we love to see it. I hope there's no third act breakup, but it's looking good so far. Watch me eat my words in like 2 minutes when I say, oh my god, there's a third act breakup. Anyway, I'll see you at the 5 o'clock check-in. You guys, I was too invested. We missed our 5 o'clock check-in. So it's 5:18 and we have our 5 o'clock check-in. I'm eating this out, but I'm really nervous because I have a feeling that shit is gonna hit the fan. And like I said earlier, it's a brother's best friend trope. So I'm really nervous about when the brother finds out, because he's already made it clear that it's like weird and he can't picture them together because they're fake dating, and he's like, it's so weird that you guys are like acting like you're a couple. And then they're like, yeah, totally, like we have to do it for our image, yada yada. So I'm really nervous about how he's gonna react, because he is a good guy and I hope he doesn't like force them to break up or like cause issues. But we have about 100 pages left and I am excited to finish this book, and then we'll have like a bit of time. Maybe it might be close. I'm a pretty slow reader, so 100 pages might take me like 2 hours, maybe 3. It might take us to the end. I thought I would have a little extra time, but I think this book I've just been really taking my time with and really devouring, so we'll see. And I can't believe this challenge is almost over. We only have 3 hours left, which is crazy to me, because yesterday I had that thought of, oh my god, we're never gonna finish this, and now we're literally almost done. That's just crazy to me. But I'm really excited to finish this book, and I'm really proud of myself that we read all these books. Even though it's technically only 2.5 books, but still, to read a book in a day, to binge a book in a day, I haven't done in such a long time. And it's just showing me I can do this when I have days off and I don't have to work or I don't have any plans. I can read a whole book in a day. I just need to prioritize it. My entire year so far, I've been trying to work on my screen time and really knowing what I'm doing with my time off, and trying to actually prioritize my time off and use it in a way that I like will appreciate and reflect on, and not just doom scrolling. In a way that's productive. That's what I meant to say. In a way that's productive. Whether that be actually doing something productive like errands or something, or reading a book and doing something that fulfills me. Reading is something that I really love, and I also love posting videos about it. So I'm going to stop yapping and we will work on finishing this book. I'll see you guys in like 40 minutes for our 6 o'clock check-in. Update. These bitches are freaky. But it was honestly kind of hot, so what can I say? We're on page 283, so we're getting there. He's just sitting behind me because I stopped petting him. Enjoying the book. I'm waiting for shit to hit the fan because the brother still doesn't know, and we're like almost under 100 pages now. I think we're under 100 pages now, and he still doesn't know, so I'm a little nervous about how that's gonna go down. There's also a big secret on the male main character side of the family that needs to come out, so I don't know what that's gonna entail, and I hope that the couple stays together no matter what. Nervous, but I will update you when it's 7 o'clock. We're literally gonna be done at 8:30. We have 2.5 hours left, and at 7 we're gonna have an hour and a half left, and that is crazy. That is crazy to me. I'm gonna get back to the book. I'm so happy. Tell the people how needy you are. Ow! I'm gonna set this up to show everyone just how needy you are. You just have your arm on me. $7 check-in. We are on page 313, and I forgot to resume my timer. I had stopped my timer to deal with my dogs and then like go to the bathroom and get a snack, and then I forgot to resume it, so we're about a half hour off of the original time. So I think now it says that we end at close to 9 o'clock. So I'm not sure if I'm going to reset it to what it should be at, or if we're just gonna end at 8:30. 8:30 or if we're just gonna go to the original time. I'm not really sure. I think it'll depend on when we're done with this book. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to finish this book, but so far so good. One of the conflicts has happened and it's been resolved, so I feel a little better, but there's another conflict about to happen, so I'm a little nervous for that. So far so good. I'm really liking this book a lot. I don't think it's gonna be a 5-star, to be honest, but it's still very good. It's still a 4-star at least, like a high 4-star. I'm really excited about this book, but I am honestly just ready to like relax and do whatever I want. This readathon has been long and I'm excited to just watch a movie or just do whatever I want, to be honest. We will see. I feel like I'm chained to my bed, even though I'm really not. I could read wherever I want, but I just feel like I need to lock in and really finish this book. So I'm gonna go and I will see you guys again at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock and we'll be like basically done, kind of. Okay, we'll see you then. You got really? You guys, 8 o'clock check-in. We have an hour left. Sometimes I hate being a slow reader because what do you mean this book took me all day to finish? It's really upsetting. I wish I could just read books like Emmy does, and she reads like 6 books in a day and it's crazy, but that's just not me. So we are almost done with the book. We are on page 346. We have quite literally 22 pages left. We are so close to being done. I think we will finish around 8:30, which was the original time, and I think that's when we'll call it because I feel like that just makes the most sense because that was the original time frame, and then we'll be done with this book and we'll finish at a really good time. So what do you think, Ranger? Let's get to it. We're almost done. We finished. This has been a tailspin. My camera died. I finished the book. I let my dogs out, fed them dinner, a very late dinner. Now we have about 8 minutes left on the timer. I was just gonna kind of let the timer run out as we chat and then we can see it go down together. But I finished The Game Changer and it's a 4.5 star. I really enjoyed this book. The only qualm I have with it is that they kept bringing up how she had a crush on him when she was younger, and I get like 1 or 2 times mentioning it, but they mentioned it over and over again. I'm like, okay, don't make it weird. Like, stop making it weird and stop making it like a whole separate plot. But other than that, it was so good and it was such a silly, goofy, fun time, and it's exactly what I needed to end this series after having my devastating book, the one before this one. So let me go through all the books again. We started this wonderful journey with Hooked, and as you guys know, I'm obsessed with this book. It is a 5-star, my first 5-star of the year. I honestly love them, and I really want to make a point to read more dark romance. I think I might read a dark romance next after this. We will see. But oh my god, I loved it so much. And it is a 5-star, like I said. And I just love this book. If you love dark romance and you want like a fun kind of take on it that involves Peter Pan elements, I highly recommend this book. Then we have such a devastating book, but in such a good way, One and Only. So it is an amazing book, but it will rip your heart to shreds and then piece it back together and then rip it apart and then piece it back together, and you will be so conflicted about what you want to happen in the story, but it will leave you stitched together, holding on by threads and just wondering what to do with your life. If you want a devastating fictional story with romance elements, I don't know if it's considered fiction or romance. I thought it was fiction, but it does have pretty heavy romance topics because the entire point of the book is about finding true love and finding your soulmate and your one and only. So I feel like it's a really good blend of the genres. It's like a fiction book with romance. I really don't know how to explain it, but it's really good. And to be honest, I'm so glad that I read it in this because I don't know if I would have been able to recover from that book if I wasn't forced to then move on. So good. And then last but not least, we have the book that we just finished. Again, like I said, said 4.5 stars. Silly, goofy, fun time. I also loved that the main character was a baker because that was my dream as a kid. Me and my cousin wanted to open a bakery after binging DC Cupcakes, which is based on the Georgetown cupcake business. We binged that show and then we were determined to open our own bakery. She's now a nurse. I am now a therapist. So that obviously didn't work out. So to have the female main character be a baker was just such a lovely touch on everything. And then who doesn't love a hockey romance with a beautiful ending? And I also like that the epilogue was only 3 months into the future and it wasn't like 10 months later they have a baby, like an epilogue baby as a lot of people say. And sometimes a fun little epilogue about where they're at 3 months later is fun as well. So those were our books for this vlog. I am going to chillax for the rest of the night. Going to do absolutely nothing but rot in bed and watch YouTube. Once I finished the book, I literally grabbed my phone and I said, I can go on my phone now. But this was a very good test and really honing in and focusing on reading, and I feel like this is a really good way to accomplish your reading goals. Not even just the reading amount, but just spending more time reading if that's what you want to do. If you don't feel like you have enough time to read, pick a day or pick half a day where you know you have nothing else going on and focus on only reading and doing a readathon because it's so fun. I definitely want to do more of these in the future. I'm also so glad that I was able to finish 2 books on my physical TBR, or my spring TBR I should say. I kind of wish we got to more books, but again, I'm just a slow reader. That's just inevitable that I'm not going to get through a bunch of books all at once. I knew I'd be lucky to get through 3 and I'm glad that we did. We cheated a little bit because I was already a quarter of the way into One and Only, but we're counting it. And I just had such a silly, goofy, fun time. We have about 2.5 minutes left to yap before our timer goes off. But I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. If you love reading content like I do, I post so many reading vlogs. I'm trying to get more into TBRs, wrap-ups, other fun challenges like readathons. So if you have any ideas, please comment them down below because I would really appreciate your feedback. Also, we are growing such a fun community here. We recently hit 1,000 subscribers and we've just been growing ever since. And I really, really appreciate everyone who watches my videos and likes the videos and comments on videos. I've been getting so much great feedback and I really, really appreciate you all. I just love making these videos. It is such a fun outlet for me and I am just happy that you guys are along for the process. I think that's all the yapping I have. I'm just really excited to binge a bunch of YouTube and have a little snack. I've hardly eaten today because I've just been locked in on finishing this book and we have just over a minute left. This is so exciting. This is honestly so fun. I'm so glad we did this. Please comment any other challenges that you want me to do. Maybe I can do like a 12-hour challenge. I can do, of course, in this moment, my boyfriend decides to call me. I'll have to call him back because this is important. We've been waiting all video for this. I've been waiting 24 hours for this moment. I'll call him back right when this timer goes off. But I want to say thank you again for being here and for literally everything involving my channel. This has been such a fun process and I want to continue making more fun videos this year. We are down to 20 seconds. I can't believe we are finally here. Oh my god, he's calling me again. We have 10, 9. Oh, it's not, it's blurry. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, I gotta go call him back. I love you all. Thank you for being here and I will see you guys next time. Bye.